Greetings everyone, I am Samriddhi Pant from grade 10 studying here in Babylon National School. Welcome to another episode of the Babylon KidCast. Today I have a very special guest with me and my classmate Rishika Dahal. Hello Rishika.
Hi Samriddhi. Thank you for inviting me on this KidCast today, and I'm very grateful that I'm doing this with my classmate and a very good friend of mine.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been fine these days. What about you?
I have been fine too. How's the weather been treating you?
Yeah, it's been treating me very well because I like rainy weather and I like how rain is very calming and peaceful. Do you like rainy weather?
I like rainy weather too, but it tends to make me really sleepy.
I get it.
And as we're on the topic of rain, has the rain been helping you wake up early? That is like we have tuition in the morning.
No, these days I feel like, waking up at 5 is very difficult for me because there are so many homeworks as we are in grade 10. We have to complete it and we sleep around 11, 12 because we even get involved in using social media, YouTubes and etc. So maintaining school and your personal life is quite difficult these days, and I tend to fall asleep very easily and I cannot wake up at the morning.
Oh, I get that. And especially right now we're also still having a lot of pressure from all the sides, from our parents, from the teachers. How do you maintain that?
I feel like studying at least 1 or 2 hours a day in your home is also very necessary because you are staying at school most of the time, and then going home, and if we directly use gadgets, then our parents will think we're not studying. And that's why to even complete our homework and to even gain some basic knowledge, we should study.
I think I agree with that too, because the uses of social media has affected us a lot.
Yes.
A lot. We can look at that from our just performance. We can reflect on that ourselves. And along with going through that topic, do you manage to complete all your homeworks?
Yes, I do. We have break time 4:30, 4:30, 3:20 to 4:30, and in that time also I do my homework. And vehicle student, they arrive school at 5. No, they arrive school at 6. So 6 to 6:55, you can complete your homeworks at that time also. But yeah, homeworks give us pressure very much. They are very pressurizing.
I can agree with that. And the thing is, we really get holidays per week.
Yeah.
It's usually Saturday for us to sit down and relax. But now it's the months are passing by, the weather's getting colder. We're getting a lot of festivals. And one of the festivals I really enjoy is probably Teej.
Yes.
What about you?
I think these is very nice because we see our women of our family getting dressed up, dancing, enjoying, and these is something that has been in our community since a long time. And in Nepal, in India, I think these is quite popular also because young women and ladies and even married women, they pray to Lord Shivaji to have a very nice husband as they fast for these. And I think it's very wholesome to see our family members doing it also.
I have a question though. When you look at people like your family members, your mother, your aunt dressing up for Teej, do you want to dress up too?
Yes, it's so fun because dancing with your family members along with getting dressed up and wearing saris, makeup, I think it's really nice.
I can agree with that too. And you mentioned fasting. Do you think the stereotype of women fasting for 24 hours straight with even no drop of water is good for their health?
No, I don't think it's good for the health because now we are in 21st century. You can do a lot of things to have good husbands. You can maintain your standards, work better, and go for such relationships. But now, if you believe in religions and stuff like that, but then also you can be very very independent on yourself to find a good man for you. So I don't think it's necessary, but then ancestors time we have been doing this, so I think it's a good reflection of what people are doing, but not eating anything for 24 hours, like which can cause unconsciousness to women also, and I think it's very bad for the health.
Along with that, like I've also heard stories like women they fast for 24 hours straight from like the day before Teej to the whole day, and then they end up falling unconscious, and then they have to be rushed to the ER to the doctors, but they still refuse to drink anything, and it's quite fascinating. Like they're so dedicated for their partner or like going to be partner. So not only that, like as we're on the topic of Teej, like do you like any specific Teej songs?
These songs, I've not listened to many these songs, but there is like a famous these song, IoT Psycholar. Do you know that?
Yes.
Yes, I've performed in that song in our family, like when we like get together, and then it was very fascinating to dance with all the women of the family.
Oh, along with Teej to get together, I remember Teej ko dar.
Yes, the food is so tasty though. All I go is for the food.
Oh, like on the topic of Teej ko dar, like it's really nice to like meet up with everyone because along with Dase and Tihar, it's another one of our festivals that we get to meet up along with all our family members and enjoy.
Yes, and you know it's very fascinating that sometimes they call in like maternal uncles or like auntie's house to have tea's dar, and the next day it's in Tulo mommy's house.
I know it's really good. Along with that, like since the weather's been changing a lot and the month of Shravan is almost over, we can see like a lot of our holidays and festivals are upcoming. So are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm excited for the holidays that we'll be getting because that's the time when we'll get like free of the pressure and we can like live our life to the fullest.
As you mentioned, like we'll get free of the pressure. I think the pressure might increase even more.
Yeah, it will increase, but like in some like sense, you don't have to complete your assignments or you don't have to be attentive in the classes. That's better.
Okay, true, true. Along with that, like I sometimes really wonder during our holidays, we get like almost a month, right, for Dase and Tihar. During the holidays, we enjoy a lot, but those days feel so short.
Yes, like when we are in school, it feels so long, and then like when we are in vacation, it's so short. But then this time I'll make my vacation productive because I think I'm very weak in OMATs. Then I'll take OMATs tuition classes. What about you?
Oh, I think me too, cause yeah. And since we're on the topic of like vacations, where are you originally from?
I am from Sinduli, Dudauli. Do you know that place?
Yes, yes. So like, are you planning to go there this vacation?
Yes. Like the Tika's day we stay here because our like great grandparents are here, and then like after we get Tika from them, then only we go to our maternal uncle's house because our grandparents they left Sinduli and they are in Kathmandu.
Oh, so where do you live in Kathmandu?
I live in Pepsi Cola. We have a
Ah.
house there.
Oh wow. Um, as you mentioned, you live in Pepsi Cola, right? Like, according to difference between Shantinagar and Pepsi Cola, what do you think? Like, which one is more peaceful?
I think obviously Pepsi Cola because Santinagar is at Banisur and like it's full of bustle and hustle and a lot of crowds. But then in Pepsi Cola it's very subtle, calming. River is by our side, Kagesori River, Monara River.
Mhm.
And then like there are a lot of trees and it's way cleaner than it's here.
Oh, like, along with that, like, are there a lot of temples around?
Yeah, I think there is one temple which is like small, but people go there to worship. I think it's Shivalingos.
Mm-hmm. And like, since we're mentioning temples, during like Dase, we obviously go to a lot of temples to worship. But what about like other festivals? Like today we can tell today is Nag Panchami, August 9th.
Yes.
So like,
Pasupatinath.
mm-hmm.
And these also people go Pasupatinath. They stay in the line for like long hours and like, you know,
They
do the
visit.
puja of.
Yes. A lot of things are done during these. Oh, another stereotype I was gonna ask you about is like, you know, when the females, after they fast, like when they have to break their fast, they only drink the water after like washing their husband's feet. What do you think about that?
Like I've seen my mother and my aunties doing that, but I won't do that because I think it's gross. But then, yeah, if you look at like, how the women in past have been doing it, they respect their husband very much. And I think it's not that like good also to do that. But then like we cannot say anything to our parents or anyone like that because they might get hurt also. But then like you can keep your own perspective with yourself and you can like, bring it in control.
True, it does seem really gross to wash someone's feet. But it is true that from olden times, like women really respected their husband and they wanted long life for them, so it is what they did before. Along with that, like a lot of women, even now, even unmarried women or like people of our generation, they keep fast for like a better partner. What do you think about it? Have you ever kept a fast?
No, I cannot keep a fast because I'm a foodie and like I love eating so much. Will you keep a fast?
No. Simple answer, no. It's like in since the generations are changing, it's like no longer a priority to keep a fast for someone. Like women are getting independent. They're getting empowered since there is a lot of hustle and bustle about like women empowerment and gender equality. So they are getting a lot of opportunities and they are getting more independent to find a partner for themselves.
I think now in Nepal it's very common about women empowerment these days. Like if you look back in time, Nepal was like male dependent country where women used to depend on men. But now if you see like for example you can see a woman working in the family but then her husband is not working but she is earning the bread for her family. She is the bread earner. So I'm very proud to look at these such things.
I agree with that because, like, if you look at the population of Nepal is more woman dominated than male. So it is really important for women to get empowered.
Exactly.
And, like, along with that, I like seeing, like, women work in a lot of workplaces, including, like, hospital jobs and then accountant jobs. What about you? Like, what are you interested in? What's your career plan?
I don't know. I'm stuck. Like, my parents want me to study business and they want me to become a chartered accountant because I'm very good at accounts. But then, like, if I see it, I don't mind it also. But, like, there's something that you need to accept by yourself to be, like, fully motivated to do that. And I'm still exploring. What about you?
Me too. I have no specific career path, but I am really interested in doing science, so I think I'm gonna go with the field along with that. And along with that, like since we're talking about careers and the most important part or the base of the career is our 10th grade right now. So like what are your goals for like SE?
My goals for SE is like I need to get very good grades for myself, for my future, and even for my parents. And I have set the target goal of 3.88 GPA. And I hope I succeed in that because I'm working hard for that. And what about you?
I think it's the same for me too. Like working hard for myself and for my future is the main thing and the main focus right now. And along with that, like, do you have any specified like colleges or something you want to apply to?
Yeah, it's BVS, Brihaspati Vidya Sadan. Do you know about it?
Yes, I've heard about it.
Yes. And which college do you want to join in?
I still haven't explored around that part, but I will soon.
Yes.
And whereas we're on the topic of like academics and how our like plans are going to be, how do you see yourself in like 10 years future?
I don't know. I feel like I'll be a very hardworking person because I really want to make my parents proud because they are the reason why I'm here today. And for myself also, I need to work hard to earn some money, to be independent from everything and like, building our own house for our family.
That's such a nice thought. I can agree with that. Like your thoughts are really astonishing and really good. And listening to your plans makes me realize like women are actually getting empowered. It's not just the thought that they need to be empowered, they're actually being empowered.
Exactly.
And like moving on, since we were talking about like academics and stuff, and you're right now in a KidCast, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really, really excited to be joining on this KidCast today because our school gave us such a golden opportunity to, like, becoming and, like, going forward and going to do stuff like this because I think this is really new. And, this motivates a lot of students to, show their real talents also, like how they're good in their, like, public speaking or their English.
Oh, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Another thing is like since we're on the topic again of about schools and then KidCast and stuff like that, like do you have any like favorite subject or like any teacher you really like that teaches really well?
So my favorite subject is account,
Mm-hmm.
and like, but my favorite teacher is Bharti sir, Bikram Bharti sir. He's like really nice. He's very, like, very generous towards his work, and he motivates us to work hard and to get very good marks in social studies as well. And he teaches social so well. But then I love every teachers who teaches us in our school. They're very like well mannered, disciplined, and they're very into their goals, which is what I like about our school and our teachers.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's a really good point about mentioning our coordinator, Bikram Bharati sir. He's actually really nice and really supportive too.
Yes.
Along with like our topic about just school and academics and stuff, like do you want to mention any one of your friends or any of your really like people?
Okay, so do you know Uddhav?
Yes.
He's like really smart in OMATs, and I
Mhm.
want to be like him. But then, like, in a better way, that we can be academic rival in OMATs.
Oh wow. that's really a good thought, I guess.
Yes.
So and then like do you personally like OMATs or are you trying to learn it for academics?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn OMATs for academics because, like, if we don't learn it, our grades are going to decrease,
Mhm.
and it's a must. So yeah, I'm trying my best.
That's good. You should keep going, work hard.
Yes.
And like along with academics, around the time we get our breaks, do you actually like to relax during breaks? Like how do you relax during breaks?
So me and my friend Unisha, we go
Mhm.
to school ground and we start yapping about a lot of stuffs, like whatever happened in school, what
Mhm.
happened in home, and stuff like that. And Prinsa, we all like come together in a group and we play some stuff to refresh our mind also.
That's good. That's good. That's a great way to like refresh yourself.
How do you enjoy your break?
I usually just hang out with my friends too. I am usually there with my friend Prachi and Anamika, and we're just yapping like you said. We also yap.
Yes,
And
yapping is the best part about the day.
Yes, it's really fun to do that, especially because they're in another section, and then it's the only time we can meet them, so it's really like connection.
Yes.
Like, along with that, since you said you're a bus student, right? You should feel a lot of tiredness when you go back home.
Yes, I reach home at 6:45, and like, once you get home, you just want to sleep, you just want to, refresh your mind, but then you cannot do that because you have to complete your assignment. Academic pressure also comes there. So yeah, I think it's very tough.
I can't say I can relate to that, but I will agree that it's really, really tiring. Like, especially sleeping late because you're doing your assignments and then waking up early, and then the cycle repeats over and over again for the whole week, and it's really, really tiring, really fatiguing. And, like, I'm really excited because today is Friday.
Yes,
And
like when you wake up in the morning, like you're whole face is swollen up and you cannot even open your eyes, and then you have to put an eye drop in your eyes to wake up, and then only get ready and come to school. That's the worst part.
I know. But since we have holiday coming, I'm really, really excited. Since we only have around 43-ish days left for midterm, it's kind of nerve-wracking too. Like, the stress is already building up. What about you?
Yes, the stress is so high because I think we all 10th graders kind of did bad in this first terminal exam, and we have to prove ourselves to everyone out there. So I think we all are working hard.
I agree with that. Like, a lot of 10th graders, they failed, and it's it's not like they didn't try. They tried their best, but it's just they didn't have the enough like preparation for it. So they should prepare, and it should be good.
Yes, I hope we all do very good.
Yes, because our midterm exam is right before the essay, so we want vacation to go nice.
Yes, no academic stress.
Yes. And along with that, like, since holidays are coming up, it just, I also have like a little concern. Whenever we have like a holiday, the homeworks tend to pile up.
Yes.
And then when I go back and sit down to relax, and I realize there's so much homework, and then I start doing homework, and then the whole day ends with just doing homework. Does that happen to you?
Yes, like, you know, when you like tend to do the homework yourself, like you try your best to not copy from like Google or from your friends, and like, you know, I prefer to do it myself because when you're facing exams, like, you start reading a day before it, and like, I know it's a very bad habit. You cannot get good marks by reading just a day before. So like, if you tend to do your homeworks like a lot of time by yourself and without copying from any other website, then I think it is helping you in some other kind of way that you can improve.
I agree with that, because a lot of us have the habit of just studying one day before. I think it's because of procrastination, because even though we have time to study before the exam, we don't have the motivation enough to start studying, and then the day before exam all the stress builds up, and then we get that adrenaline rush, and then we just start studying, and then we realize that we have so much to study, and then we start stressing over and over again.
Nowadays, I think like a lot of students are getting stressed because they have lack of motivation to not do, like, you know, because they are procrastinating it like day by day, and I think it's a very tough part.
I can tell. Like, I can agree with that. And like, it's just a matter of time, because time flies. It's already Shawan, and SE is coming up, and it's all gonna end soon. It just sounds a little nerve-wracking, doesn't it?
Yes, I feel like the best part is our friends, our school, and like, we're going to miss it because we will not be here. Like, I've been studying in Babylon since grade 4. And you know, I have met a lot of people in the school, and I have like received a lot of opportunities, and I don't think it will be the same when you move to somewhere else.
I can agree with that. Like, just the imagination of leaving this place gives me shivers down my spine. And it's just that, but instead of thinking about the sadness part, we should think about the happy moments, the people we met, the friends we made, the memories we have. And not only that, like, it's just the bonds we have shared, even though it may be good or bad or whatever we have encountered, it's really there.
Yes, it's the best part.
Now, just leaving all this sadness or like sorry behind, it's just that as we were speaking on our topic of like festivals and stuff, I really think Teej is the one for women, where they can actually enjoy and celebrate, get a day off, spend their time well together. And during this festival, like, people get holiday, we get holiday.
Yes.
So like, it's really amazing to like go around with your family members, dress up, go indoors, and yeah.
Yes. Like, I feel like this is one of the festivals. There are many festivals in Nepal, but this is the festival that is empowering women in the society, and this is their festival.
And like it is really out there, like women do get empowered, but there's a lot of misconception about them being empowered, where people think that women are trying to get ahead of men or things like that. But Teej is the time where they can actually be empowered properly, which is a very amazing part about it.
Yeah, but I need to tell you something.
What?
Like, have you ever seen, like, if we to our sisters and we both got married and my husband is poor and your husband is rich, then
Mhm.
like my own sister is taunting me for having poor husband, and she's showing me her, like, you know how she's getting all the jewels and all the glam, but then I'm not, and then I'm forcing my husband to go on
Mhm.
debt. Then I feel like women are also in fault at this, because they have to understand what is their according to their economical status. And yeah, what are your opinions on it?
Same thing, like, since you just mentioned, like, one sister is married to a rich husband and one is married to the poor husband. Nepal is, even though women are still working and getting independent, a lot of older generations are still dependent on their husbands. So it's like really the woman's fault, because they should not have that kind of feeling of jealousy or like wanting to show off that they are more rich or they have more jewels, and they should just like try to be happy, because it's a festival about like meeting with your like family members and then like staying together with a freedom, and then like showing off your jewels and then how rich you are is not the part of it.
Yes, I think this is so wholesome. All the red, green, and all the traditions that we see, you know? I think
Mhm.
it's so wonderful.
Me too, especially the tradition to wear mehendi in their hands, and with the
Yes.
beautiful decorations. Married women also like to write their like husbands' names hidden
Yes.
in it. It's really just wholesome and really cute, in my opinion.
Yes, the thing I like about South Asian countries is this, that this is so wholesome, like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is how they like show their like love to their loved ones, and this is very nice to see also.
It is, it is. Like, along with the topic, right? Mehendi. Have you ever put mehendi before, and like, do you like to put mehendi?
Yes, I used to be so excited putting mehendi in my hands, and my mom is like, she runs a beauty studio in Baneswar, and like, you know, getting glammed up, putting mehendi is always my kind of tea. But then now you are in 10th grade, you don't really care about it. But then if you see, like, if someone wants you to put them mehendi, you start putting them mehendi, and it's so fun.
Just on that topic, like, you talked about your mother having a beauty store.
Yes.
So, like, have you learned anything from her?
No, like I've not learned officially.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, if I see my mother, like, you know, she's doing a bridal makeup, then like I get really fascinated, and I tend to go home and try that thing on my sister, and like it turns out very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But then now you're in the age where you have to focus on your academics rather than those things.
Mm-hmm.
But then when the right time comes, I think it's nice.
Do you plan to learn anything from your mother, like all her
Yes, I want
skills?
to learn like how to do, like, you know, those fascinating nail arts and stuff like that. They're so fascinating, and you can even work in part-time job like doing that.
I can tell, I can tell. Like, it could be like a thing you can do on yourself if you learn it in the future.
Yes, and doing it on my friends
Mm-hmm.
and on my cousins. Very awesome.
That is very wholesome. And like, since you mentioned all that stuff, it is like really fascinating. You gave an example of woman empowerment yourself. Your mother
Yes.
owning a beauty store.
Yes.
That's really a good part about the society nowadays, that they are getting better
Yes.
at these things.
And then, like, what are the foods that you enjoy in these?
Oh, foods. Specific foods? I am not really sure, because I really enjoy any food, but like I really enjoy that at these kinds of festivals they make sil roti. I really enjoy that.
Sil roti. Wow.
What about you?
I enjoy kheer
Oh.
because, like, in our house they make it in that big rice cooker,
Mhm.
and then but then like they like stir it like for almost 1 or 2 hours, and it's very creamy and very tasty, and that's very delicious.
It is. And since we're on the topic of foods and like what you enjoy, in general, what do you enjoy? What do you really enjoy?
In general, like, you know, I'm not just saying it for this, but then I really enjoy like the dal, rice, and those like aloo ko bhujia. It's so tasty. Like, I don't eat like vegetables because I don't like them, but then I really like dal, rice, and potato together.
That's good, that's good. Very healthy, and then the traditional Nepali food kind of.
Yes. And then, like, what are your thoughts and opinions about these? Like,
In like summary, I really like these. It's really empowering. It is really a great festival for women, and not women, even like girls in general. And like Teej brings a sense of like togetherness to women, where they all dress up in like red, green. Red, green is like the traditional color for Teej now.
yes.
And they dress up in that. They like go to the parlor together to get their mehendi done. They have like a really good bonding session, and which makes it really like nice.
Yes.
Like Teej is really one of those festivals where you can see like womanhood as a whole thing, because we really undervalue women. Women are really underappreciated in my opinion, because most women, they work all day and night, they do housework, they work outside, and they're still undervalued by people. So it's really good that they get empowered, they can show their sense of womanhood. And like what are your thoughts?
Like, same as yours. But then, like, if you go back to some rural areas of Nepal, you can see in like many like society there is still like domestic violence, and then like they can not even experience how wholesome these is because their husbands are like really aggressive, and then they want to get rid of their husbands, but then they are forced because of their children. And then like I feel like this is what is discouraging and demotivating women in the society to speak up about it. And still there is some taboo about how women should like keep quiet when their husband is like very abusive.
Mm-hmm. I do agree with that. If we look back to rural areas, there's still a lot of like superstitions and taboo. Like, even though dowry is banned in Nepal, people still do dowry in the name of donations because they want a good life for their daughters in their like newly married household. And which is like really saddening, because usually even if the woman gets abused, like you said, they don't speak up because they want to keep the name of their family. And usually in Nepal we have seen a lot of cases where the woman does speak up but the woman does not get any justice. So we can look at that and then we can reflect it through.
Yes, like what you said is like very like that's really needed. And I feel like sometimes like dowry system is banned, but then like if you still look back at the weddings that are happening now, the ladies family side, they fully furnished the house, have you seen that?
I
and
have.
and they said dowry is banned, but then what is that like? It's very saddening to see.
It is. I think I have personally seen dowry happen too. Like back when it was during 2014, 2015, I attended a marriage ceremony back in my village, and I saw that the bride's family was bringing a lot of furniture, like sofas, towards the groom's house, and I was really confused at that time. And it was when I learned about dowry system like years after, I realized like that was what's happening over there, and it was like, so it's just superstitious.
When you finally realize what was happening and then it starts hitting you is like the worst part.
I know.
And then like I want to ask you a question. Like, have you ever been to Pashupatinath during these time?
I have. It's
Have you?
I have. I mean, it's not for me. I've gone with my like maternal uncles and their wives and then my mother. So it's I've seen how it goes. It's really crowded, and people usually queue up, which is good. They really wanna visit and they wanna worship. So yeah.
Yes, I think we are like at the end of the session.
Hmm.
So let's end it here. Guys, thank you for listening to our podcast. I hope you all enjoy it, and please give a like to our Babylon Schools page. Thank you.